We have goalkeeper Matt Freese. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Start third row to the left.
Seth Vertelny, Pro Soccer Wire. Matt, given the way that you guys entered this tournament, what do you think you've already proved at this Gold Cup, regardless of how tomorrow goes?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's. I think we've proved that we can play against some bigger opponents. I think we've proved that we can, surprise people. But in the end of the day, the goal is to win. The goal is to be number one. We haven't done our job yet. We haven't proved, I think, what we want to prove yet, and so the job's not finished.
Second row to the left here.
Matt, Doug McIntyre from Fox Sports. I haven't looked at the betting lines, but my guess is Mexico's the favorite to win this game tomorrow. Do you guys like, or how much do you like the underdog role? We know it's going to be a mostly Mexican crowd. How much are you going to embrace that to try to use it to your advantage?
Yeah, I think we're all comfortable being the underdog. We'd also be comfortable being the favorite. Whatever the outside perception is, that is the perception that's outside of our hands. And we're focused on ourselves and focused on getting ourselves ready to perform, to win. Again, really, irregardless of what the outside perception is.
Hey Matt, Paul Tenorio from The Athletic. I wonder what your experiences have been watching USA-Mexico finals and what it will mean to you to be a part of one tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, grew up watching these games. Grew up dreaming of being in these games. More importantly, I grew up dreaming of winning these games. And so, that's what it's about tomorrow. That's the goal. Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be pretty. The goal is to win, plain and simple.
Right here on the end. Sorry.
Hi, Matt. Steve Goff from the Washington Post. How would you describe the growth of this team, particularly off the field, since camp first started and you guys came together? It was a lot of different pieces. How would you go about describing from a month ago to now?
Yeah, if I had to pick one word, I would probably say authentic. It's been very genuine, very authentic, the way that we have become a family, become a team over the last 5.5 weeks. In one sense, maybe you're thinking that we're trying to do that. It would have been great if we tried to do it, but we didn't have to. It just happened. A ton of chemistry, ton of building blocks for the future that we can go back and rely on. And so, yeah.
Hello, Juan Pereira from Dynamic Foxtrot. I wanted to ask you about Mauricio Pochettino's message to you and to the team ahead of this final.
Yeah, the message has been, be proud of what we've done. But like I said earlier, this is what he had said. The job's not finished. We did not come here to be, a second place team. We came here, and we've all been preparing for this to be the first place team in the end of the tournament.
Second one to the left here.
Thank you. Ryan Tolman from Goal. Matt, obviously this is your first U.S.-Mexico game, but when you look at the spine of this team, this isn't their first experience. You have Chris and Tim in front of you, guys who have played in these big games, faced off with Raul in the Premier League, and you have Tyler, who's obviously played at this level. How much does that help as a goalkeeper, knowing that those guys in front of you have experience not just at this level of game, but against some of the players on the other team that are going to give you guys some challenges?
Yeah, I think it's huge that, we've heard a lot that we have a young team here. Perhaps we do, but we have a ton of experience in these big games. that the core of the team, the spine of the team, like you were saying, they've all performed in these atmospheres and these circumstances before. And so I think it's massive to be able to rely on those guys, rely on their leadership, their composure in those big moments. And in a way, kind of helps lift the rest of the team up, kind of lift the burden of that off the rest of the team.
Hi, Matt. Eugenia Caroli Marca. I want to ask you about the goalkeeping battle that's going to happen tomorrow. Two of the two best goalkeepers in the tournament, Malagon with 4 clean sheets. You shocked the world with those amazing penalty saves against Costa Rica. So how are you seeing this from goalkeeper to goalkeeper?
Yeah, I mean, the goalkeeper union is a unique one. Obviously, a ton of respect for him. He's an incredible goalkeeper, very experienced. I know he's been waiting for his time as well, and so there's that the part of me that obviously really respects him, and it's gonna be fantastic to share the pitch with him. But I'm the type of the guy that when I cross the line, get onto the field, I'm fully focused on winning, and it doesn't matter who I'm playing against.
Third row.
Bernardo Soon with ESPN. Obviously, the fact that you were the starting keeper and the fact that Poch said, I want you to have these opportunities, shows his confidence in you. But for yourself to outduel a historic goalkeeper like Navas in those penalty kick shootouts, how much did that help you build your own confidence and kind of give you that feeling of, I knew I belong, but this is a next level?
Yeah, super interesting question. I haven't really thought about it much in terms of that. I prepared my whole life to be able to do that. And so, when I was in there in those big moments, I'm not thinking too much about who else is there. I'm not questioning. You're asking, would it help my confidence knowing that I've done this now? That would rely on me originally questioning my own ability and my own position there and the right to be there. And no, that's never been a question. I know I've put in the work. I know have the ability to do that. And so while again Navas is an unbelievable goalkeeper, probably the best Concacaf has ever had, it didn't. It's not something that crossed my mind.
Peter Warren, Houston Chronicle. What do you expect the atmosphere and crowd to be like tomorrow, and how do you embrace an opportunity like that?
Be thankful for the noise. That's what I always tell myself. In big moments, maybe it's difficult to stay present. It's very difficult to not stay present if you have 80,000 people screaming. So I always tell myself to just embrace the noise, be thankful for it, and let it energize me.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.